Hey, what's up? Peace and blessings. This is Jovhannah, the Spiritual Love Healer, founder of Healing Single Mothers and the Spiritual Love Sanctuary, where I am focusing on healing single mothers, healing children, men, the community, all of those good things, but that's coming later. Um, I've been up all night because I'm reading and studying this new deck that I recently received. And I just had some thoughts about two-way streets when it comes to relationships and support. Why is there glitter around my, okay, let's roll with it. She's sparkly. I like it. So all relationships are reciprocal on some level. That is how nature, that is how life works. It's a give and take. There's an ebb and a flow, right? So even if you are in a relationship that is maybe not even healthy, there's still some type of giving and taking. And the reason it's not healthy is because you are not receiving what it is that you need to fulfill yourself, or what you're receiving is negative. So, with the pandemic situation, and I haven't really spoke on it that much just because it was not something that I personally felt like I needed to address. I didn't. So anyways, there's that, right? So the world is dealing with a pandemic. We are at a global scale finally shedding a light, and work is in movement and taking place around racial injustice and systemic injustice and just all of the things. This is a time where falsehoods cannot stand. So, if people are not being true to themselves or true to you, it's going to be very apparent. This is just a time where you can no longer not know anything because all of the information is there. If there's something that you desire to understand, to know, you can look it up, or you can, connect with someone who can provide you the guidance or support that you need in whatever area of life it is that you are needing, some support or guidance in. And so I was sitting and really just thinking about, my business goals, things that I want to do for my life, and how I overcame my breakthrough, my breakdown, and turned that into a breakthrough. And just sitting and really looking at the people in my life and where they have fallen on the scale of support in present day. And I am such a cheerleader and a supporter of people. That's just who I am naturally. If I can support you, I'm going to support you because I want to see us all win. And I know the power in supporting other people, right? Because I want to be supported. So I'm going to put that same energy out there into the world. And it's really unfortunate because also what's happening now is everybody's quote unquote woke, which I don't like that term because I feel like even when you just first wake up from sleep, you're not fully awake. You are groggy, you're a little disoriented, you're still tired, you're trying to, gather yourself. So there's no immediate awakening, oh, I'm just woke. No, there's a process. And I feel like most people are super groggy right now. Certain things are becoming trendy, including just, yeah, I'm gonna just leave it at that for right now. But certain things are becoming trends and trendy, whereas I feel like it's, watering down movements and things like that, which I think is good because there are some people who are authentically embracing certain principles and movements and things like that. But I think too, it's just, this is trendy, so let's talk about topics that affect Black people, right? When for centuries, for eons, these issues have been prevalent. But yes, we do need to talk about things and really put things out there. And one of the things that I was thinking about, like support, like where have I received the most support in my life? And truthfully, it's been from myself, and it's been from spaces where I have invested my money to be supported. Whether it was working with therapist, whether it was with my life coach or my business coach or my mastermind. Um, Generally, like the people that have been in, well, and I have had a few really good friends. I still have one friend from my past that, we are still connected. Everyone else I have outgrown, or we've just lost touch. We're no longer connected. But for the most part, like the support that I've had in my life has come from myself. And that's not to say like I have not had any support outside of myself, but looking at major times in my life where I truly needed to be supported, and the support came without strings attached. It came lovingly, I should say, and it wasn't something that was held over my head. I helped you, so now you owe me for the rest of your life, or I helped you, so this, that, and the third. Like that support has come from me. And I realized like how unhealthy that is, but I also realized how that has also made me stronger and fuels me to want to be supportive of others and however I can do that. Um and I notice now, because the world kind of was forced to go online and step out of the physical spaces, being a part of these different sister circles, these different groups, has been so comforting and so beautiful, because I truly feel supported in these spaces. Part of a few different kind of masterminds, and um, where we're just getting together and talking, connecting, brainstorming. We're talking about important things and just sharing what's happening in our lives, and that is such a beautiful support to have, and it's very important. As an introvert, who is also a social butterfly, who, I work from home, I run my business from home. I'm home a lot, even pre, um, you know, pandemic. I've, been home, and home is truly my sanctuary. Because for a lot of my life, I did not feel comfortable in spaces. I am an empath and very sensitive to other people's energies, and knowing what I know and what I'm picking up on from people, it made it very uncomfortable to be in spaces with others. Um, but I'm finding such comfort in knowing that right now that I have amazing, amazing support. And like that's one of the reasons why I put the healing circles for single mothers together, because being able to come together with people and just share what you're experiencing is so therapeutic, because a lot of times we may think that we are the only person who is dealing with whatever life has handed us. And when you get on a call or, in circle with someone and it's like, oh my gosh, me too, it's so freeing to know that you are not alone, to know that there is true and genuine like support and sisterhood there. And I think that's very important, to really create support if you do not have it. And that even goes for our children, because with Savannah, she's kind of an only child, because my oldest daughter is 17. So there's like a huge age gap. They're not necessarily having play dates together. And so finding other children for her to play with and making sure that she has that social support as well, especially as we start to move into true homeschooling in the next year, is important as well. So making sure that we're setting ourselves up to be supported mentally, emotionally, financially, physically, spiritually, all of those different things is paramount. It's so important. And I've been sharing how, I had gotten out of my morning ritual. So my morning ritual is like a whole 2-hour thing, because there's just different things I like to do, and I want to go at my own pace with it. And I think it was May because my calendar on my desk, which has different affirmations, like May 10th is still showing on my calendar. It's what, June? I don't know, sometime in June. And because I know I've been off of my, my morning routine because my calendar is stuck on May 10. And so for the past at least month and a half, I haven't been giving myself that support that I need in the morning when I sit down and I recite my affirmations, when I sit down and really connect in and start my day the way that I normally have started it. And so the past couple days, like I've noticed, like, yo, like you need that. Like that truly grounds me and centers me. And I notice that the energy of my day is completely different when I give myself that support. So my thing is just getting back on my daily rituals and routines because it makes me feel good. It makes me happy. It makes me feel supported. And I know for me, like just the different things that I've experienced, having little support at times, I know that it's very easy for me to put myself last. And I think that most moms, especially single moms, that kind of comes naturally because we are a doer of all of the things. And so when we have to manage home, work, children, feeding children, like just everything else in life that we have to take care of, paying bills, making sure the money is right, making sure we've got the groceries, making sure everything is what it needs to be, we can put ourselves last because it's like we got to keep the ship running. We got to keep the ship running. But if the captain isn't there, where's the ship going? So I really want to center things back to truly being of support to yourself, which means self-love, self-care, taking out the time that you need, disconnecting from other people, from social media, from the news, from whatever, and just spending time with yourself to give yourself what it is that you truly need. And I think I did not realize that I needed that my daily routine had gotten off track because I hadn't stopped to really take a break until the last couple weekends where I was just like, okay, I'm not doing anything. I'm not going to be on my laptop. I'm not going to be on my phone. I'm going to not do anything. And then I'm like able to reflect, and I just was able to feel like that peace. And I'm like, oh, there it is. And I'm like, where has it been? And I'm starting like to go back and to review and reflect. And I'm like, wow, like how did I get here and not realize it? But that happens. And even with the spiritual teaching and healing and all of that I do, like I still need reminders. Like I still need, and that's why I have coaches. That's why I have support systems. That's why I'm part of other people's healing and meditation circles, because I need the same soul food that I'm serving others. And knowing this, I feel like it's important to speak on it because I'm affected by what happens around me. Like I can feel the energy shifting when it's, there's the heaviness, the anxiety. Like I have to process that. And then I get back into my peaceful place. Like, okay, life is pretty peaceful. And for me, things have been calm, but still, like I have been impacted, and I've noticed like, yeah, like I've been a lot more anxious lately. And then I'm thinking about things that I normally would not think about, such as like, okay, what if something happens? What if I get pulled over? What if, someone gets sick? And I'm like, I don't want to be in that energy. I don't want to have to be in a state of anxiety. So I have to bring it back into the present moment. And I'm like, I'm safe. I'm safe. I am at peace. I am loved. And that's why I go back into my affirmations, because it sets up my spiritual love bubble that I love being in. And that is where I feel good, where my energy thrives. And so support, 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 support. Even if it's not coming from your families, create friendship circles, create support circles, whether you have to invest in a circle to be part of what it is that you need. Like, you have to do what you need to do that is best for you at all given times. And I think too, it's important to say, like, yeah, I've been doing this for a while, but life still happens. And, it's an ever unfolding journey. And I'm truly grateful for the people that are in my space, that are part of my journey, who are able to understand and like just witness the growth and the change and know what's happening in the world. And I think it's truly beautiful. And what I've learned too is that in disconnecting, I'm realizing the systems that I need to have access to and that I need to create and that I want to see, so that I can have the support that I want, not just for myself, but for my family. Um, I shared a post about, like, the thing that frightens me the most is like sending Savvy to public school. And I'm going to be talking about that more because this has been something like I've been back and forth on, because I'm a single mom. So it would be so easy and amazing to be able to drop her off at school in the morning and then have a little more time during the day to focus on myself, to focus on business. But I just truly don't feel comfortable with that. So I want to talk a little bit more about that. And that kind of ties back into the support. And so inside of the Healing Single Mothers Facebook group, I shared a live video where I was talking about, like, what is it that you desire? And this is an exercise that I give everyone that I work with. And most of the time people cannot complete it. But as part of that, I'm going to after everyone kind of goes through, after you go through and you're like, this is what I want, this is what I need, this is my dream life, and you really write it out and envision it, then we talk about the support. Like, what is it going to take to get there? And so we start to piece it together and map it out. And this is pretty much how I was able to overcome the breakdown that I had, my dark night of the soul, when I, needed to rebuild my life and reclaim my power and get to this space where I am today. And so there's just so much that I want to share. I don't know. I was just inspired to talk about this and, you know, be very mindful that you are in supportive situations that are reciprocal, that support you as well. It's not a one-sided thing, because it's important that you get what you need. And it's not being selfish to receive. It feels good to receive. And that's something that we also have to open up to, is being able to receive. So I know I said a lot, late night ramblings, but lots of good information and juicy bits are in here. I know the lighting is not the best, but I'm literally like sitting on the couch reading about my new tarot deck, which I'm super excited about. And this, oh my gosh, this feels really amazing. I love the principles that are ingrained in this because it mirrors my beliefs. So perfect. But you can find me over at healingsinglemothers.com, and I will see you next time. Peace.